Hey y'all, it's Jerry here. So I know we all have pretty much heard that the infamous Ronald Defeo Jr., aka Butch, finally died little over 2 weeks ago, March 12th, 2021. Um, it's still so soon. I don't know if they're going to come out with a cause of death or if they said there was something like a heart attack. I'm not really sure. If you know, you can put it down in the comments. But I'm not going by any script. I'm just ad-libbing here and pretty much talking about what I know, what I've known for years. So let's get started and talk about the Ronald Defeo Jr. case. If you don't know who Ronald Defeo Jr. is, he was also known as Butch by his family. He killed his family. He is the reason why the Amityville horror books and movies came out, which really didn't have to do with him. It had to do with the Lutz family, but it all started with Ronnie DeFeo Jr. because he killed his entire family. He killed his father, he killed his mother, he killed his two brothers, and he killed his two sisters. And I read the book by, I can't remember his name, but in the book, and of course, maybe I'll look that up and add that in and edit it. In the book, it states that after he killed his family, he waited a little while and cleaned up. He ran to a bar and he ran in all frantically. Somebody murdered my family. Somebody murdered my family. So, all these people come back with him to the house as friends from the bar. And yeah, they discovered that his family had been slaughtered. So the police were called. And at first they felt sorry for Ronnie and all that stuff because, he lost his entire family. I don't remember everything that led up to it, but eventually he was a suspect and he was apprehended. They interrogated him. He admitted to the killings, but at first he changed his story throughout the years so many times. Who knows what to believe? We know he killed his family. But the way that he told how he killed his family, we don't know if that's for true. I do believe that his father was a bit strict, but, a lot of families are strict. Look at the Menendez brothers. Their father was strict, too. That's how kids in the 90s, most of their fathers were strict. That's just the way it was. Or 80s, whatever. But, again, he used that as an excuse, but why kill the mother? Oh, well, she wasn't, same with the Menendez brothers. She wasn't, doing anything about it. She was allowing it to happen. Well, I'll kill your whole family. Then, all of a sudden, story changed to, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. So the Lutz family moves in, right? A few months later, they get a good deal on the house, and the story goes that they were haunted, and before 30 days was up, they just fled the house, left everything behind, and then a big book deal came out, and the Warrens visited the house and claimed it was haunted. That just perpetuated it even more to a higher level. A movie was made. It just became a big franchise. The house still sits there. They changed it a little, but it's obvious on a corner. I've seen it, not in real life, but in pictures and Google Earth and stuff like that. But a lot of people have lived in it since, and nobody since the Lutzes have ever, come out and disclosed that they had any experiences there. So whether they did or not, we don't know. But we do know that it's passed through several hands, and as far as I know, unless somebody has bought it recently, in the last couple of years, it went up for sale. So, like I said, in the last couple of years, it went up for sale. So who knows? It may be people that are experiencing things, but they don't want the notoriety. Some people don't want to be on TV and noticed and maybe they're scared. I mean, that's a possibility. So what do you think, you know? But yeah, I mean, after all these years and him being in prison and all the interviews and all the different stories, I mean, he even told a story one time that he didn't kill the kids. He killed his parents, but Dawn, the oldest sister, killed the kids, and he got mad, so he killed her. Come on, you know? I mean, his story was always changing. He was a perpetual liar. Just, what is that word for a liar? I can't even think of it right now. He was a pathological liar. So who knows what story Ronnie ever told that was true, if he ever told the truth at all, aside from, yeah, I killed my family in the beginning. I mean, changing his story years, decades later, after his poor sister had been dead for years. I mean, I'm sorry, but that just doesn't seem right. I will tell you what's weird is that I've seen the crime scene photos, and they're all laying. I mean, I think everybody's seen the crime scene photos, but they're all laying on their stomach. You think he, like, um, rolled them over, or maybe they just all weirdly, that many people in a family slept that way? But who knows? I mean, he was a diabolical person. If there was any evilness in that house, it was Ronnie Defeo Jr. So, but he's gone now, and I can't judge where he went, but, all I can say is, the world would never have to worry about another Ronnie Defeo Jr. Well, not him anyway, but he'll never hurt another person ever. And he hasn't since prison, but he surely won't now. Long Island, New York, Amityville, which means friendship. And he was condemned to 6 sentences of 25 years to life. He just died, like I said, March 12th, 2021. Look, I'll admit, I'm always the first one up for a real good horror movie. I love the Amityville horror movies. I've read the Jay Anson book, and I love the paranormal. But when it comes down to this story, I've also read the real book, the real story behind the Amityville horror. Um, it's in my Kindle, and I cannot find it, but I'm pretty sure I found it online, and it's by Francis J. Armstrong. I could be wrong. But it was a book that was written from the point of view of the true story. And it was very interesting. It had a lot of the evidence, a lot of the court transcripts in it, everything. It had the photos of, the graphic photos of the murders. And this was a real story. This was not just a movie and a franchise, that made movie after movie after movie and made money after money after money. But this was a true story. This was a true crime story. A man he annihilated his entire family. So, I mean, what can you say to that? I mean, you got to go back and still remember, put all the Hollywood aside and remember these were real people who died, who are in real graves today. So, I'm going to end this documentary or this mini documentary or this vlog or whatever you want to call it on that note. And everybody have a good night and keep the peace and the love going strong. Talk at you later.